Guys, welcome back to Expose, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. And you have no idea how hard it's been for me to get that out of my trap today. I don't know what's going on. I might have to think of a new one. Are we getting bored of this intro yet? But it's just handy to have something, isn't it, to say at the beginning. Anywho, back for part 2 of Adult Friendships Open Discussion. Renamed to Lisa Whining because everyone doesn't kiss her hole.
Oh gosh. We've never went to couples counseling or anything, but we joke. Let's see what Lisa says. Oh, that is wow. That is wow.
Read it out so people know who you're fucking replying to. We've never went to couples counselling or anything, but we joke. Let's see what Lisa says about XYZ. Haha. My husband says you give the best advice. Wow.
That could make me cry. Thank you. Thank you, Addie. I have big plans for my future. I really do. Keep that in mind. Okay. Let's finish my 10 points and then what time? Okay. And then we'll go to Mel's points. We'll end up on her note because she is so wise. When I was walking every night, her videos were a lot of the ones I would listen to when I was walking. I think that we can all relate to her because she's around our age. She's cool. She really is cool. She's got a vibe. In that video, she had on her faux leather with her black glasses. And I was like, ooh, I love her look. She's got children. She talks about her husband.
Would you have listened to her if she didn't have a vibe?
I've listened to her talk about her career change and her getting on stage wearing high heels and realizing she didn't have to do that. I mean, just so many things. I relate to her on a deep level. And
getting on stage in high heels and realising she didn't have to do that. That's deep, is it? Jeez.
I appreciate our differences to the max. Okay, so number 7, I wrote down, when you let go of friends, you feel like... Okay, let me read this real quick. When you let go of friends, you feel like no longer support you or energize you. You start thinking, am I too... Okay. This is something I just went through. Okay, when you let go of friends, you feel like no longer support you and your dreams and the things that you are passionate about, the things that light you up. When you talk to friends and you can tell either they have no interest, they don't think it's worthy, they think you're ridiculous, they don't even comment back, they don't support you, you will start thinking, am I too judgmental? Am I the problem? And this is a big one that I have been dealing with. I will think, okay, am I too sensitive?
Yes.
And then I'll think, did God put me in their life to help them? And should I suck it up to be that person for them? Because sometimes I'll find myself with someone who I can tell by the comments they give me that hurt me, and backhanded compliments, different little digs. And so I say to myself, they are sucking my energy. I'm going to remove myself from this situation. That's when I think, have I been too sensitive? All this stuff. Is it me?
Yeah.
And then I'll think,
probably.
Well, because most of the time, anybody that's going to do that has been hurt in the past. And that is where it is coming from. A normal, good, healthy person, doesn't do that.
A normal, good, healthy person doesn't do that. They don't expect the world and their wife to kiss their backside.
Regular basis to you. Everybody slips up, and none of us are perfect. But then I start thinking, okay, did God place me in their life to help them through some of these things and to help them learn with me and grow with me? What do you guys think about that?
I think you're too sensitive.
I think I've come to the conclusion that some people are addicted to suffering. They are not doing the things that want to make them better. They think they're fine just as they are. And then I have to think, who am I to judge? Who am I to think they should be anything different? So maybe I need to let them, let them go with love and light. Let them go. And if they find that they need help, leave it up to them, because I think we're all very capable. I really do. All the
Are you really?
information's out there. All of it. If you want to get help for anything, if you wanted to become a millionaire, all the information's out there. So I don't know. I've been battling with that one.
Lisa put that cat on a fucking diet.
Danette, my girl. My husband plays in bands, and I'm constantly worried about how I present myself. He's very well known in our area. Thanks, Lisa, for giving me so many fabulous style ideas. Oh, giving my so many fabulous, giving me. Okay, I see what you're saying, Danette. You're worried about, oh yeah, that's kind of like me going to the company parties. Totally relate. What am I going to wear? You know what I would do? And this is what I would tell you to do. I would ask John, what do you think I should wear to your meeting tonight? And that, because who's most important? They are to me, and I think to you too. So I would ask Rich, what should I wear? Do you like, or do you like what I'm wearing? They'll tell you. Even if they know better not to say, something derogatory, they may say, ooh, I like that red dress or something. By this point, I know what John likes, but I still sometimes will say, what should I wear? Or what do you want me to wear? Because I care. And I want him to know that what he thinks is most important. So that's how I feel about that one. Okay, let me read another one. Donna. I love that friends come into my life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. We're getting to that. I have two ride or die friends. They don't drain my energy, and they are very supportive. That's all you need, girl. I'm telling you, if you can find one or two good friends, and she calls them 4 a.m. friends, that you could call at 4 a.m. And this was something she said that I was like, and she said, and not just for an emergency, because that's the first thing I thought of. Oh, I could call so-and-so at 4 a.m. for an emergency. And she said, well, most people you could call at 4 a.m. for an emergency, but who could you call at 4 a.m. just because you needed someone to talk to? You know who I thought of? My mom and my daughter. And that's fine. That's fine, because they're my heart and they know me better than anyone, but I don't know if I have a friend I could call at 4. I think I might have one. Maybe two. So.
Well, you've got 2 more than me then. What are you whining about?
Something to think about. I never thought about it till today. Okay. Yeah, I've thought, city gone country girl. Love that. I've thought sometimes people feel wanted when they keep bringing up past hurts. It's so hard being the compassionate one. Lots of addiction issues in the world that can cause toxicity. That is the truth. And I work on my compassion and my judgment. I really do, because the more you grow and the more you learn, until I really started learning about trauma and why people do things, I never just realized how many people just have dealt with so much before they even get to age 10, and don't.
Really? See, this is why you're unrelatable, Lisa. You're clueless. You have no idea what's occurring in the real world. You spend so much time in that fucking head of yours, you're clueless.
I don't think that doesn't shape your life. It does. Okay, let me go on, because my cleaning girls are going to be here. She said from 11:30 to 12, so we'll see. Okay. I wrote down, at this point, I don't need someone to help me shop. Okay, this is a funny one. Okay, at this point, I don't need someone to help me shop or tell me what I need to do. I have realized on my own, with my own style and my own path in life, I have gotten hurt by asking backhanded compliments and input that further make me feel not liked and less than. And
That's a you problem. You've felt less than ever since you took the kids to the party with the donkey and the blow-up castle. You were like, they're just doing that to make me feel bad. No, they were doing that so their kids and their kids' friends had fun. It was nothing to do with you.
okay, that's kind of like a two-pointer there, because I used to get a lot of my interaction and girl time through shopping, because I would make pretty good friends with the girls that worked. Matter of fact, one of my friends that we have been trying to get together and go to dinner works at Ulta. We have so much in common. I look forward to seeing her, and we've been trying to get it together. So we're going to do it soon. But so I love to go in there and talk to her. And I used to really get a lot of girl time in that way. It has gotten to the point after COVID that I've told you, there is, first of all, this isn't a shopping town. But even when you go to Banana Republic or Gap, no, we don't have that, but we can order it. We don't have that, but we can order it. It's such a letdown. So between that and then kind of getting used to ordering everything online, it's gotten to where I have no desire really to go out and shop. So I'm missing that little aspect of socialization. Even I would get to know, this is funny, I would get to know the grocery store managers, because when I did the grocery shopping, I was a every day, every 2 day kind of grocery shopper, because I was fixing different things. I was always trying some kind of new recipe. And that was just part of my routine, was going to the grocery store. So I'm missing a lot of that socialization. And then a friend of mine, her and I always get those two confused. We're talking about how we don't need anyone to tell us if something looks good on us or what we should wear, because we already are very confident in who we are. And there's another level to that too, that even if you do ask some people what you should wear, or questions about, even like, if I've even been hurt asking other people questions about what YouTube video I should make. Or remember I told you that my coach told me one time, and she was totally right, to gain more, to be more relatable and to gain more people, I probably shouldn't wear feathers on the thumbnail. Maybe I shouldn't
wear feathers on the thumbnail.
Start the video with something that a lot of people aren't going to wear, or something like that. But I can't help but take that as a little bit of a...
See? Whose problem is that? Yours! She's saying to you, keep the feathers until further in the video. Start off with something a little more conservative or whatever that everyone will like. Draw the people in, and then those of your subscribers that like your style and will watch till the end will see the rest of it. Those who don't never wanted to anyway. But what have you done? Taken it as a fucking insult.
You're weird. You're not like everyone else. No one can relate to you. That's why you don't have more subscribers, is because you're unrelatable. You know what I mean? You can't help but get that subliminal message a lot of times. And so, I don't know. It can make...
You can't help but get that subliminal message. It's a you problem. I fucking hope you're watching this. I really do. I would quite happily have a Zoom meeting with you or a Vox chat or whatever the fuck it is you want to do, just to fucking tell you, Lisa, you're making problems where there aren't any.
Make you feel less than. And you guys, I will have people say things to me, and then I'll hear them bragging about someone else who has just the same. It's just a weird thing. And life isn't fair. Just get that through your head. Life isn't fair. Okay, number 9, carnivore has taken some of the dinner time joy from eating and going out with friends, going to lunch, because not only is there not as many options, probably, maybe they wouldn't invite me because a lot of people think that, what are you going to get at the Chinese restaurant, or what are you going to get at Mexican? I'll find something. I can get something to eat most anywhere.
Exactly. So why do you make your fucking family go to a burger joint all the time? And if you are meeting people and there isn't anything you can eat there, eat before you fucking go and have a Diet Coke and just sit and chat. You don't have to eat because you've been invited out for dinner.
But what happens is when I order, and I've told you guys this, I'm going to try to not kick the dead horse, the whole discussion about what I eat.
Beat a dead horse.
It comes up. And no matter what, it does not matter that I am probably one of the healthiest people at the table. It does not matter. They will pick.
How do you know you're one of the healthiest people at the table? Are the other people fat? Are you judging other people because they're fat? They can't be healthy because they're fat. You're the one judging people. Still waiting for a fucking apology for the lady in the lift. God, you're insufferable. Can you imagine living with this?
On what I'm drinking, something will happen to make me feel less than.
Something will happen to make me feel less than. You go out feeling fucking less than. Can she not see? And they're all, Lisa.
Or someone will make a dig,
Is it a dig? Or is it a, oh wow, do you not eat veg? Is that considered a dig?
They're over there eating cake, but they'll make a dig at me. And so, and I remember one time, this was years and years ago, I said something about not drinking at all. I don't drink any alcohol. I don't. I just never have been a drinker. I'm not saying that I haven't ever drank, because, like, say the other night when we went to this restaurant, I probably would have had a strawberry margarita, in the old Lisa, before I changed what I was eating. But I would have had one. I probably would have never had. I don't think I've ever bought anything to have at home to drink, if that tells you anything. So one time I said something about not drinking alcohol, and what is the first thing they're going to throw back in my face? But you drink Diet Coke. So it's just like when people are just constantly doing that. Sometimes.
Really? Are people constantly doing that? Really? Fuck's sake.
You will not want to dine with them. Okay.
And they won't want to dine with you.
Mel said this. When you realize a relationship is getting forced, it's taking too much energy, you also have been that person for someone else. Please. They have grown or changed, and you no longer fit in their life. You and they are allowed to grow. And I mentioned that earlier, and that was good for me to hear. Which I do know that, but I need to remind myself of these things. Hey, I am not, I may have started off a banana and now I'm a peach, and they don't like peaches. You know what I mean? So that's cool. Number 10, COVID changed so much, all that stuff. Okay, yeah. So that's it. So let's go over. Okay, now let me read some things you've written. Oh, I love seeing these good things, because you know what? Even if I haven't read your comment, I love that you've been here, because that says something. And I hope that we've all made each other think, because Mel made me, it was like a therapy session. I've never even thought about some of those things. And it made me emotional. And when I went to put my makeup on, I thought, God, I hope I don't cry in this video. Frenemies. Oh, yeah. I know. I have a hard time. It's like there's blatant frenemies, but sometimes somebody's just on the edge of being a frenemy, and you can't decide. What do you do in that situation? That's what I have a hard time with. I don't want to. Diet Coke and alcohol are not the same. People are strange. I know, and I do get their point. I know drinking water would be healthier. I know that. But I know I'm not perfect. And I'm not, okay, well, I'm going to drop it.
And I'm not eating cake. Maybe you wouldn't be so fucking thin-skinned and think the world against you if you had a bit of fucking sugar once in a while.
When I heard when people say things about us, they really want to do it themselves, but don't have the willpower. Yes, that's true.
Oh, that's the thing. Now look at her smile. Yeah, turn it round. It's not me, it's them.
You know something else that's happened to me in the last couple years? I will have someone out of the blue start DMing me on Instagram. And you guys, I try to keep up. I do. I answer all of my DMs. And it takes a while. And I love it, because I get to connect on a deeper level with you girls. But sometimes someone will come on strong. Like I have watched you ever since you sold Rachel K. I have watched you since you were in your pink kitchen. And I'll think, wow, this is somebody I can really connect with. And they will, as soon as I get in the conversation, they will say something so mean to me. So mean. It's like
what? Tell us what people say that is so fucking mean. You whinging fucking whiny article. 54 and you're going around, people are mean to me. Really?
It is almost like I cannot even believe you typed that out. It's like not something that could be left out in translation or facial expression. Like they have been waiting these years to just blast me. That has happened to me at 2 real good times.
Twice someone said something horrible to you. Really? And it probably wasn't even mean.
And then a couple of less minor. So if you message me on Instagram and I am kind of standoffish, it has just burnt me a couple of times. Big time. Okay. Let's see.
Just Joe, what is wrong with people? You don't even know what they said. They were so mean. They said they didn't like my picture in my bedroom. They were so mean. They said they didn't like my shoes. What is mean? Give us tell us what they said. Give us some fucking indication of how horrible people are. Really. I bet you haven't been called a dog on heat, have you?
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm carnivore and live in Wilmington. Lunch, please. That's so sweet, Goldie. I ran into a girl at Ulta one day, and she said, I saw you in the parking lot. And she came in there, and she said that her and her husband watch me, that they're doing carnivore. They're the ones that told me about that different steak, not flank steak, but chuck eye or chuck steak. and that it's much less expensive, but it tastes similar to a ribeye. I don't care for it as much as a ribeye or a filet, but John does. So sometimes he'll cook a chuck steak. So that was funny. Okay, Mel Robbins, 5 things. Everyone else's life isn't a big party. I love that because, and like I've said, with the whole seeing people on Instagram go on, they're on a yacht, they're on a cruise, they're doing this. I'm not even saying that it's not real. I think a lot of it is real, but it doesn't mean everybody's doing that, and it certainly doesn't mean I want to do it. So, okay, I don't fit in. People don't like me. We've gone through that, and that is when she told about that study from Yale about the don't like me feeling. That's very normal, and that made me feel so good. That made me feel better. So I was glad to bring that to you. BFF is a lie. It was so funny. She's like, "You're my BFF, BFF 4L for life." All that thing we used to write on our notes and stuff. Oh, the good old note days. Flexible friendships. That is so true. That helped me too a lot, is flexible friendships. And I try to be a flexible friend to people. I really do. I try to not be
Isn't that your American Express card? Wasn't he your flexible friend?
demanding. In a way, I think that maybe that could be self preservation, because I'll say, "You don't have to call me back. You don't have to, don't, I'm not a birthday person. Don't remember my birthday." I do think sometimes that I'm doing that so that I won't get let down with people. But I do think you have to be flexible. She says you don't need to be everyone's friend. And I think that's when she went into friends for a reason, friends for a season, friends for a lifetime. I remember listening to one of her podcasts at lunch one day, and she said this, and I was like, "Oh, that is so true. There are different kinds of friends. Friends for a reason, like if you're going through something together, almost like when you were had young children and you would have like the dance mom friend or something like that, or a work person that you become friends with." I have gotten burnt.
A work person.
With not being able to keep a work relationship and trying to be their friend. That has burnt me a few times. So be careful for that.
We're over 50, Lisa. We know all this shit already. It seems to be just you that's learning at the moment.
And she said this helps you become flexible. And then friends for a season, that goes right along with the mom friend groups and things like that. I remember even feeling like an outsider at mom's groups because I didn't live in the right neighborhood, or I didn't wear the really preppy clothes that they wore, or I wore more makeup or something like that. So I can even remember it back then. Or my kids weren't dressed head to toe in whatever the latest and greatest Happy Jack, whatever, like, there's all those boutiques in town that are so expensive. My kids wore a lot of Gap and Old Navy because that's what I liked. Brooke wore the little pink high top Nikes from the time she was a baby all the way up, because I thought they were so cute with a little pair of lace socks and a little Gap pink outfit. Or Target. I would get a lot of her clothes at Target. I was really into soft. I wanted my children to be comfortable and soft. So I didn't, we'll leave it there.
It was you. It wasn't them.
Okay. And then what else did she say? Okay, number 5, I don't have time. She got me on this one. I would be friends or I would do this, but I don't have time. That is so true. I will say that. I don't have time. But I don't have a lot of time. I do want to do a lot of things, and I do try to save all of my time for my family and things like that. But I do try to keep up with like my Voxer and keep up with friends as much as I can through that. But so that's all I have to say. Let me read some of your things here. Some people use social media to express their frustrations, unfortunately. You know what? This is a funny thing. Most of my meanest comments come through at night. And so it has gotten to the point where I have to brace myself to even look at my email and my comments. I mean, one morning I woke up to my whole page filled with an insult on my lip liner. And I'm supposed to have hair that is befitting of the Kerastase ad at all times, all times. I mean, I have been insulted so much about my hair that which last night I let it just dry natural. So that's what you see. And
Tell us what they said. Say it out loud and see how many people agree with you that it's an insult.
yeah, it's something.
Yeah, it's something. It's that bad you can't even tell us what it is.
Let's see. Mind over matter, so true. You can only have a few true friends. True. And I have to adjust my expectations a lot. Good morning, Betty. I do believe that we all have time. We need to do what we want and not feel guilty about it. That is something. That is something that you have to, don't feel obligated, because I was feeling obligated to do a lot of things. I felt like maybe God wanted me to spend time with this person, and so I have been through that too. Thank you, Jillian. Okay. Let's see. Love your hair, Lisa. Thank you, Lee. Let's see.
See, I like how she missed out. Are you and Marnie really good friends? Oh, I'm not going to answer that. I'm just going to jump past it.
And guys, please, I'm not saying this for a bunch of sympathy. I'm really not. I'm just we're being friends here. And I'm telling you where I'm coming from with these feelings. And I think on some level, you can probably relate for sure.
No.
Let's see. Oh my gosh. Heaven Morrison, so happy to catch you live. I've been a subscriber for 10 years. What a compliment that is. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to, another thing I want to say too, because I don't think people get this, and I might not have gotten it either if I hadn't been in this position. But if you see something written about somebody somewhere that's bad, or you hear something or anything else, don't tell them. Don't tell them that you read this, this, and this, or that you saw this, this, and this. They know. They know. It is just another wound. It's another knife to be told constantly, people are saying this. People are saying that. This person's doing this. This person's doing that. I choose very, very intentionally. I do not read toxic things. I do not take in toxic material, not even gossip shows. I quit watching The Real Housewives. I don't watch people that suck energy. I don't even watch, there was a girl I used to love to watch. I thought she was funny, smart, right on the money, but she would talk about even celebrities a lot. And I don't even think she means it in a bad way, but I quit watching her because it's like, why am I going to watch something like that? I don't even think God wants us to watch a bunch of violence and stuff like that.
I think God might like you to go to chapel every so often, or church, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods, but you don't, do you?
So we do watch some things like that, like Game of Thrones, and right now we're watching The Dragons. Trust me, my eyes are closed. And do you know, John would say, oh my God, they burn him. And I had to just tell him, do not tell me what they're doing. I have my eyes closed, and sometimes I'm doing this, or I'll tell him to mute it or fast forward, because I don't want it in me. I don't want it in my mind. So I don't watch a lot of stuff like that. I don't watch true crime. I don't need to know all that stuff. That's just how I am. And I just don't think that
Maybe it might give you a bit of empathy for what other people go through in their life if you did.
It makes you wonder the person's intentions when they're telling you something bad that someone else is saying about you. You know what I mean? And I choose to think that not everybody knows that, but I'm just wanting to put it out there just as a friendly tip. Okay. Relatable should be on the inside and not the outside appearance. Friends should accept you. Thank you. I think so too, because I think no matter what someone looks like on the outside, it doesn't take long to get that they get you. To me, it's how someone carries themselves. Are they smiling? How are they talking to their family? How are they interacting with their husband? How are they interacting? I'm talking about when I see people in public. How are they interacting with the sales associate? Let's just say in the grocery store. When they walk by you, do they have that look on their face like, like, did you say something? Are you looking, you know what I mean? Like some people just walk around looking like they are waiting for you to offend them. And then there are some people that they're just happy and I love it. I'm like, I like you. So, okay, 11:09, clock is ticking. I'm serious. I could talk for a long, long time. Oh, my husband says you give the best advice. What a fabulous compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, you just pick out all the compliments.
Thank you. Hey, Michelle, catching me late. I'll post this. Let's see. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna go back when I was jabber-jawing back here. Okay. Hey, Jen from Chicago. I want to go to Chicago one day. I want to go to Boston one day.
Oh, what a shame. If Laurie was still there, you could have met up again.
At the vet with my ill senior dog, and this live session is saving me right now. You're always there, Lisa, when we need someone. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. I would have another dog, but John doesn't want to go through the heartbreak again. And I feel like it might not be fair just because of traveling. And it's pretty easy to leave my kitty cats with my mom or Brooke or her roommate or something like that. But I don't want to do that to a dog. So that's the only thing that's kept me from getting either another Chihuahua or a tiny poodle like I had when I was in my 20s. But when they get to be old, wow, it just rips your heart to shreds. I know. We still are not over Bridget. I mean, there is not a...
Oh, aren't you giggling about her circling the drain? And when you say losing them so hard and you're laughing...
day that goes by that we don't send pictures back and forth or make references to her, the little donkey, just different things she did. Yeah, so I hope everything goes well. Okay. Let's see. I love the idea of being social and planning it, but then when it comes down to doing it, I never want to go. I realized that most people feel that way because there's so many memes out there. And one time, this was funny. I was talking to Brooke and she was saying that one of her friends had flaked out on her. And so, I'm trying to be the mom and I'm like, does she flake out on you a lot? I try to just bring up kind of questions, not say anything, just throw it out there. And she said, yeah, but I'm flaky too. I said, okay, I get it. I'm flaky too. That's kind of how it goes down to, you could be that friend that someone else no longer, vibes with, and we have to accept that. So, okay, girls, I'm going to end it here. I thoroughly enjoyed this time with you, and I always do. And I will post this video and I will see you, if not I think I'm going to see you on Thursday this week. I think I'm going to surprise you with a fashion video on Thursday. See you then.
Oh, that was a quick goodbye, wasn't it? Anyway, we got to the end. If you got to the end with me, thank you very much. And I will see you in the next one.